Put your camera down and I'll show it to you. You want to see it? Sammy, give a light. Come here.
I need to know who you
Here's your ID.
I need to know
Here,
who you
here
are.
it is, look.
No, I'm too nervous
Look,
to look. You
look.
won't let me take a picture of it.
Give me my ID.
You won't let me take
See
a
it?
picture.
No, you're not taking a
Hello,
picture.
you must come to 26 Gramercy
Give me my
Park,
ID back.
7H.
I'm not finished
There are
with it,
people
sir.
coming in here without proper identification. I don't know
Go
if
on
they
here.
have. They won't let me put a camera or take a picture of
Go
their
on
ID.
here.
You're a veteran too. Please come. It's an emergency.
Just get him on the air, Sam.
26 Gramercy Park, 7H. I want you to record this for my protection. Apartment 7H, yes. My name is Paula Gloria Tsakinis Barton. Paula Gloria Tsakinis Barton, please hurry. My phone number is this, 646-640-7135. Please come quickly. Please send them quickly.
Marshall 33 to Central.
Excuse me? My cross street is between 20th and I'm so nervous, and 3rd Avenue. Yes, they say they're the city marshals, but they won't let me put a photograph on. If I can't have my camera on, I have no protection. Yes, I do, and the court is
Joe,
also...
if I may call you Joe,
I want my ID.
Where's your wallet? I'm going to put it in my pocket. Please, I don't want you to lose it, that's all. No problem.
Please come, please come. They won't, this would be, if they would show me the warrant, if they would let me photograph it, there'd be no problem, but they won't let me do these things. Please have an officer come, please quickly. Thank you.
Yes, I'm sure.
Paula, get all the paperwork together.
At 26 Gramercy Park South.
I need to photograph because I need to make sure.
7th floor in the rear.
7th floor in the rear, apartment 7 Henry. Residents don't want to comply with eviction.
Yes, I want to comply. That's what I want to do. I want to
The police are coming,
comply.
you explain to them.
Thank you.
26 Gramercy Park South.
Where is my computer bag?
Is he here? Change the lock. Change the bottom of this man door.
City Marshal 33, okay?
Why would you not want me to take a picture of your bag?
Because I don't give pictures out, man. You want to
Why?
see it, I'll gladly show it.
No, I need it for proof.
No, we have a right in our own
You have the
home.
right to see my ID, you have no right to take a picture of my ID.
Yes, I do, to
It's
protect
against the
myself.
regulations.
Whose
What
regulations?
regulations?
Second Amendment right.
I'll tell you what, if you go to court, the judge tells me to do it, I'll gladly show it to the judge.
No.
Okay, I have no
You
problem
go to
with
court
that.
and tell me why we can't protect ourselves.
You're not
at
taking a
home.
picture of it, I'll tell you that right now.
Paula, get this paperwork.
Another bookcases, 3 bookcases.
I
you
want to
got a
make
desk.
sure that nothing is stolen.
Well, the problem
have
is,
to
that's what you should be
photograph
taking
it.
a picture of your items. I have no problem you doing that. Take a picture of your items. That'll be fine. And if you're hitting missing, you just let, you know, when you bring it to court.
Anything
just
we
have a
move
picture.
out in the hall is not to be touched.
Well, you got 2 minutes to put out what you got. Otherwise, the police are gonna take you away. I don't wanna get involved with
I
that.
just want to know who you are.
I told you knew who I was when I walked in the elevator. Don't, come
One
on.
can make certain assumptions, but when I go
I
down
said
to
I'm Marshal
even into
Ocasio.
the courts, they're not
Don't tell me I didn't
understanding.
tell you that, ma'am. I'm Marshal
You did
Ocasio.
tell me that, but why
And I
don't you?
showed you the
Only
ID.
people
If
who
that's
won't
on,
be
I'm
photographed.
closed.
The only people who won't tell are people who have something to
I have
hide.
nothing to hide, man.
Well, when the police comes, I'm gonna find out.
That's fine.
That's why I'm
Video
waiting
the
for the
police. They'll be
police.
happy to hear that.
Yeah, video the police,
That's
exactly.
fine.
Paula, get that paperwork.
I'm getting the paperwork.
Put
Put this in,
This is
Joe,
an
put that in.
AC.
I need all my paperwork.
Not too busy.
Gramercy Park South, apartment 7 Henry, on 7.
That's videotaping.
Are you taking this, are you
No,
taking
that-
this with you?
Yes, I want all
take
of
it
my
with you.
things. Don't be taking my stuff.
Ma'am, it's on, why don't you close it? You're wasting your battery. Lou? Is there a doorman downstairs that's going to listen? Where's the last one? Where you going? Why don't you have one? Why don't you sit?
Any more paperwork?
You may be taking your suitcase with you?
Yes, that's going
All
on.
right, I want to allow you to take what you want, but I have to know, because I have to protect your property.
But the best protection would be to show me the warrant.
Oh, you
Can I
didn't ask
take
for the
it-
warrant.
When the police
You didn't
comes,
ask for the warrant. You said, I want to see your
when the
ID.
police comes, we're gonna
That's
look at
it.
the warrant.
That's
And
fine.
I'm
when
gonna
the police-
photograph the police.
That's your
To make
business.
sure that the police is, you know,
Yeah,
correct,
make
that
sure
you're
they're
not
real
calling
police.
some
You're right.
fake police.
You're right, man. Whatever you say is absolutely right. Not the pictures here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And I wanna have your, can I have you sign your name?
I don't
That
sign
say
my
that you
name
were
for
here.
anybody.
Why don't you sign, I sign all the time, I do affidavits of
I'll
truth, I swear
print,
that
I'll
what I'm
print
doing
my
is true
name.
and correct.
I'll give you, I'll
to the
tell you
best
what
of
I'm
my
gonna do for you,
knowledge.
because you're a very nice lady. Here's my name. I'm gonna give you a copy of this. So that's
And
what
I
I
want
have.
your signature.
Well, I put my hand.
Well,
That's on.
And then to
That's it.
say,
That's all, man. I'm not here to hurt you.
Get his
I'm here
badge
to do
number.
what I have to do. I don't have an
I-
issue at all. I really don't.
I understand, but what I need is your photograph.
No, you're not getting my photograph, or at least it's not my consent, you're not getting it.
In our house, we don't need your permission.
It's not your house anymore, so no.
No, it always was our house.
It is, this is an
It's
illegal
still-
eviction.
This is,
Okay,
you're
fine, then
gonna
go,
see that.
go
And
see
you're
it.
gonna be
Now,
sued, and you are gonna be sued.
Go, fine.
Yeah,
Go
you say
see a
fine.
judge. The last time somebody tried to sue me, I counter-sued and I got the money. So it's okay with me, do what you gotta do.
What case number is that?
I have a
When you
temporary
countersued? What case number was that you countersued? 'Cause I'm gonna
When
look
I
that
give
up.
it to you, you're getting old, man.
Oh, where's my phone?
I don't know.
Officers, how are you, sir?
Call it.
City Marshal Ocasio?
How are you?
My associate Sam, let me show you my
They won't show
ID.
the warrant.
Give me a second. 13 boys.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. She wanted to know my name.
I wanted to take a picture of the
Just
When
warrant.
I
say
talk
what you
first,
say.
please, and then you're
Yeah.
talking in front of you. She wanted to know my name.
There's your phone.
She got my notes. She
It's
goes my
real.
notes 5 times a week, so it's not a problem. So she says, I want to take the picture right there. I said, I'm not letting you take the picture of my ID. I'll show it to you. Okay? So that's when she said, I want to.
Can you hear the phone? Please be quiet. You can't find his phone. Where's your phone, Joe?
I don't know, you know the question.
I said I'm
You have a warrant of eviction.
Please, can you please help us find our phone? I can hear it.
So what's the bottom line? Yeah, delete today.
Right now.
Where's the phone? Excuse me, where's our telephone? Sir, where's our
I
telephone?
don't know, man. Those
Listen,
things
we're
are
not here for your
complicated.
phone.
Sign,
Joe, I think
Sammy,
it's in here.
right, sign the seal by the judge. She wants it in there.
I don't know, I just.
But you do some kind of, that's right. That's something that we can explain.
Listen, officer, I was waiting for a ruling on a motion. on the test. We were waiting for that. And then this surprise eviction took place. It said that it was happening. Now what I need to do is see the warrant.
You said
said, you can see it. You can take a look at it. I'm not here to look for a phone.
Sammy, give me a lighter.
Thank you. I saw it. I saw it. Thank you.
Ma'am, put your camera down. Put your camera down.
That's not a camera, that's the phone.
Okay, see, here's my ID.
No,
Look at.
can I take a picture of the
listen,
warrant? Can I see the warrant?
She got a copy of the
And
warrant?
I also
can't give a
need-
copy, I
can
can show it.
photograph
Listen,
you? Are
you asked me
real?
for a copy, right? So I'm trying to get
I'm
it.
gonna give it to you.
Relax.
Relax,
Thank
relax,
you.
relax.
Can you help me
Relax.
relax? Thank you.
All right, when we go out, I'll be glad to show it to us. Let me show it to you now. Here we go. Here's
You want
the
to
copy.
take a look at the warrant?
Here's the one, right here, man.
Photograph.
Fine, you can photograph the warrant. I never had a problem with that. What I have a problem with is
He said,
photographing.
I want to photograph
Don't
his
grip,
badge. Why
don't,
can't I photograph
don't
his
get my
badge?
face or I'm gonna take the camera.
But I can get your badge,
My
right?
badge, you're welcome to.
Can we step in?
Yeah, no, over here, ma'am. I'm not going outside.
Well,
Take a
Okay.
This
picture
is
of the warrant.
Come on,
You guys got it.
There's the warrant. Take a picture of the warrant. There you go. Okay?
There's no need for us to be here.
I want to find our phone.
This is the warrant signed by
We're
who?
in the process.
By the
of
judge.
doing
It's signed by the
No,
court.
that's
It's a
Carol
court.
Alt.
Yeah, that's
No,
fine.
Carol Alt is not right.
Well, then
It
take,
has to be signed,
fine,
this is
take
It has to
it,
be
Schultz.
signed by a judge.
take it to the
Signed by a
judge.
judge.
Take it to the judge.
well
This-
then that's not a lawful
That's not
warrant.
signed by a judge.
It's signed
That's
by
not-
the court of the clerk, which is empowered to sign the warrant. If you have a question with that, go speak to
Do
the
you
judge.
understand? This is not a
He just
proper
explained
warrant.
it to you.
That's
But
not
that's
a
not a
proper warrant.
proper warrant.
A proper warrant has to be signed by a
Are
judge.
you thinking of a different kind of
Listen,
warrant?
you're thinking of something else. What are you
This is
gonna
the
do?
way it
No,
is.
no,
Listen to
a warrant
you-
My
has to be
officers,
signed by
I
a
want them
judge.
out, or place them under arrest,
Well,
I'll file them.
I want my phone.
That's it.
I don't know how to find
You
your
guys wanna wait
phone.
outside then? I'm not gonna stand here.
Just let us
Yeah,
find
referee.
find
Can
my
you
phone.
just-
This is what's gonna happen.
We're gonna go.
Listen.
No, I want you outside. Call your phone again, I'll help you look for it.
Okay, you know what?
You hear it, let's go.
Okay, now that we're here, we need the two of you to step outside. If you guys could please for a second, I'll provide their phone and we'll get them out of the apartment.
Okay, that'll be fine.
The sooner we get this
Thank
done, the
you,
sooner we get
thank
it
you.
done.
I'm glad you're here.
So locksmith, did you change it yet?
You're reasonable.
Take
All right,
back.
dial my phone.
That's on the second floor, just get them. You can take this one. Yeah, you let me know when you're ready.
That's all our court paperwork.
I guess you had it on vibrate, is that what you're accusing me of?
No, it'll ring, it'll ring. Where is it?
Sounds like it's back here. I need that. Got a shirt?
We're on the air. Sarge, be advised, we're in the rear elevator, the seventh floor, the seventh floor. Roll good.
It sounds like it's in this one.
Call it again. On the floor?
Unless it's between the cushions. You check between
My
the cushions here?
leg.
All right, call it again.
One more time.
That stuff has to go with us when we go.
Then give me a light.
15 Adam.
You done with it?
Yes, there's something.
Is that your phone that's making this noise?
No, no, no.
It's on you.
Is it in your pocket? No.
Yeah, it's in your back pocket.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Okay.
If you hear it, we'll find it.
We're getting our stuff out now.
Let's go, we're ready to go now. Let's go.
Paul, you got the computer? Here's the computer.
Looks like it's all done. Pictures here?
You gotta take this.
I've got to take.
That's all our court paperwork.
That's important, take that. Sam, can you do me a favor, give me over his name, and I'll give him my relic. Give him my card.
Make sure you got your computer.
Flashlight?
What's that?
Flashlight?
Yeah, I'm taking the paper with me, thank you.
Minor dispute. Yeah.
But the warrant wasn't proper because the
Right.
warrant has to be signed by a
You gotta
judge.
speak to your attorney.
So, and he wouldn't let me take a
Okay, ma'am,
picture
have a
of
good day.
him,
You gotta speak
that
to
I
your
couldn't get a
attorney.
photograph
You
of
guide it by
him.
them.
You know, it's not right to not be able to take a photograph. Just 1 second, I need my socks. How did that phone get in my back pocket?
Get his name. I decided this is me.
Thank you guys for showing up.
All right, just make way.
They have a warrant not signed by a judge.
It's not signed by a judge. And he wouldn't let me
I'm
photograph
talking to him
him.
right now, right? You could make pictures of all of us as much as you want, just like you said.
Got your camera?
Yes.
Take pictures. Excuse me, can I take some of this down?
So you say I can take pictures of you all you want.
Yeah, you
I'm
can.
saying that this warrant is not signed by a judge. Thank you.
No
And I can
problem.
have your badge number. You see, this is wonderful. This man is forthcoming. And I'm all for the Torah. I'm all for the law.
Okay, do me a
This was
favor, at this
done.
point in time, you're staying too close to me. You
Okay.
have to back up a little
I don't
bit,
want
all right?
to.
And back
But
up
this
next-
man won't
back
let
up for
me-
my partner.
But this
because-
man won't let me take a picture of him. Why
I
is
don't
that?
want my face
Why
there.
is that? Why is that? Why?
you could take
That
pictures
makes
of
me
all of
think
us,
that this
right?
is okay. He gave permission to take picture of all of us. I'm taking
All
a
right, do me
picture of you
favor,
now.
step back. A little bit.
I
You
will.
can stay right there.
I
Mackenzie,
will.
do me a favor, take
Thank
it
you.
back because
Ma'am,
she's-
Thank
ma'am,
you.
you can step back. The camera has a lot of range. You don't have to be so close.
Yes, thank you. That's all that I want. The warrant is not signed by a judge. If the warrant is not signed by a judge, you know by the Torah, I'll debate law with any rabbi. I respect what you're wearing on your head. I will.
Let's go.
I will. And I see,
the door is locked.
I see you're recognizing holiness because you listened to him. That's all I was asking.
Here you go, man. If you sign this, I'll give you a copy.
I'm not signing anything from you. This was done unlawful.
We'll meet you guys downstairs.
I wanted to see, it's not a lawful warrant. It's not a lawful warrant.
All right, stop. They'll arrest you. Don't get arrested. Turn it off now. Phew. You were getting close to get arrested. Don't do that.
How did that get in my back pocket?
I don't know, but I'm sure glad we found it.
Where's my cell phone now?
You didn't put it down?
Sure.
Look in your bag.
Well, can you call my phone when you get this out? Call my telephone.
See who this is, missed call.
Just
Oh,
get
that's
call
you.
my phone. Thank you.
Hello?
It must be upstairs.
Just get your phone. And that's it. Just say, I'm getting my phone and I'm getting out. Don't argue with them. It's upstairs. Leave
I
your
don't want to
camera
go.
with me.
I'm afraid to go up there. Can you go up and get it?
Okay,
Just
you.
say my wife. Asking this to see the warrant was good, and the fact that that guy came, he defers to that guy in the little cap, the Jewish guy.
Yeah, he was probably a higher up officer.
Keep calling it, because they'll hear it ring.
The elevator's not working. Look, it's not lighting.
Yeah, they probably shut it down.
Walk up, leave your camera with me. Just
No,
say.
no, I need to.
No.
No, I need to.
Oh,
The guy gave me permission.
They're gonna.
The rabbi, I'll be nice. The rabbi was a good guy.
Just tell him you left your phone.
Right.
You want your phone. That's all you want. Don't give him a hard time.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I left my cell phone. Can you find my cell phone? Can you call me? I need my cell phone's in there. 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 Where did they go? Where did all those people go? I need my cell phone. They left by the elevator? They have my cell phone. I need, where are they? They took my phone. They won't let me get my telephone. I need my telephone. My telephone's in there. I need my telephone. I need my telephone. Where is my telephone? That's all I'm asking for is my phone. Why will you not give me my phone? Why can I not get my telephone? How can I not be following you for my phone? Where did they all go? I need my cell phone. That's a no-brainer. I need the phone. I need my cell phone. Did you see my phone? Why won't you talk to me? There was not a legal warrant. It was supposed to be signed by a judge. Carol Alt is not a judge. That's the treasurer. That's the treasurer who signed an unlawful stock certificate. The board came in 2004, changed my locks, and stole my stock certificate. And now I have no cell phone, among other things. All I'm asking for is my cell phone. They won't give me my cell phone. They locked me out illegally. There's no judge that signed the warrant. This is completely unlawful. And now he won't give me my cell phone or even let me go in to get it. In all of the hurry, hurry, rush up of this, I misplaced it. I set it down. This shouldn't have been. I've never gotten one temporary restraining order. Not one stay of eviction was ever requested. Did you see that man running?
No.
He was participating in an illegal eviction. That's why. That man who ran in here, did an illegal eviction on me. The warrant was not signed by a judge, and he has my cell phone. All I was asking for was my cell phone. Why was he running away from me? Who is that man? I demand to know who that man is. It's been an illegal eviction. The warrant was not signed by a judge.
That way, probably coming out that way. I thought he was going to the doctor's office.
He wasn't going to the doctor's office. He came in here.
Yeah, and he went through the passage back. He was going to the doctor.
me that this was a legal eviction. You cannot tell me that. Crime, crime, crime in Gramercy Park. Do you know who he is?
No. Anything about this? We just heard you running, that's all.
I'm a victim of an illegal eviction. If you care, then don't be on camera. I am in distress. Thank you for your concern. There was a warrant not signed by a judge. This can happen to anybody. Husband is? They took my cell phone. They wouldn't let me have my own cell phone. Yeah, that's mine. I know. They were running away from me. They were running away because it's illegal what they did. Excuse me, I need my cell phone. I've asked for my cell phone and they wouldn't give it to me.
We're stuck in an elevator all this time. You need to relax.
Oh, Rabbi, I need my cell phone. He wouldn't let me get it. How can, police, I need my cell phone. It's so easy to ask, just to go up and get my cell phone.
You have to go back to court.
I am going to court. Believe me, I'm going to court. But why can't I get my cell phone?
Man, that's
why can't...
You already have your cell phone.
No, I don't. That was my husband's.
Yeah, the one
I had to go up. No judge signed that warrant. No judge signed that warrant. Something highly illegal is going on. There's no due process here. All I want is my cell phone.
Man, you called your husband's cell phone with your phone.
Yes, and I don't have my phone to call him. All I want is my cell phone. We were ringing it. We thought you would be kind to bring it down to me.
Check your back pocket again.
It's not in my back pocket again. Can you help me? You helped me before. You helped me before. So I'm going right down. I can't get my cell phone. I can't get my cell phone. I was ringing it. All I need, I don't have my cell phone. I'm going down to file a complaint. That warrant was not signed by a judge. I need my cell phone. It's so easy. My cell phone. Just my cell phone. You have nothing to do with it.
No,
I know you don't. I'm appealing to you.
Stop. Nothing more is going to happen. Turn it off. You blew it. You ran out, run down the street, instead of getting your cell phone.
No, I went up to get my cell phone. That guy wouldn't he wouldn't talk to me. He locked the door. He wouldn't let me get the cell phone. That's why I was running after him. This is an illegal eviction.
Yes. Okay.
This is an illegal eviction. There was no judge's warrant on this. This is not correct. Alex, things are going to get horrible if something wrong happens to us. Absolutely horrible. There's no due process, no equal protection. All I wanted was my cell phone. Why was I denied my cell phone? That's all I asked.
Paula. If you push it anymore, they're going to arrest you. Don't get arrested. We're going to sue them so big.
We're going to sue them so big, yeah.
You guys are going to have no problem. You don't have to just take my hand. I recommend you guys, I know what happened.
They're not. Something's wrong.
He's locksmith.
Oh, locksmith, that's fine.
He doesn't
fine.
have nothing.
Thank you.
Let's see. I don't know. He was
Yeah, they just evicted us. Oh yeah?
Illegally, without a warrant from the judge. That's why they wouldn't let me see my file for 2 months.
He showed me. It says Katz and it's signed by her clerk.
Her clerk? Which one?
He told you the name.
Carol Alt is not her clerk.
Who's Carol?
Carol Alt is the tip-top clerk of New York. That's not her signature. That's not a judge's signature. I don't have my cell phone.
You lost it. It's gone.
I didn't. Joe, I went up there. Now we need to. How are we going to get to Maggie's?
I mean, I'm telling you, it's gone. I didn't mean you lost it.
Okay, can you stay here and I'll go down to the precinct and put a complaint in?
That's going to do you no good. You're wasting.
I need my cell phone. They
You're
can track
wasting
it. They can track it with IP address. Just
You're
wait.
wasting time.
What should I do instead? What should I do?
Write it off. It's gone.
No, I'm going to put in a complaint. I'm just saying I have to wait until 10 o'clock to fix my bike anyway. I'll be back.
You're
Protect
wasting
everything.
time.
Okay, what would you rather have me do? What would you rather? Okay.
The cell phone.
Okay,
is
so
gone.
what else should I do? Sit here and do nothing?
Yes.
No, I don't want to sit here and do nothing. I'm going to put a complaint in. Thank you.
where we're experiencing the incremental destruction of our individual rights. As recognized in the Declaration of Independence, we are sovereign men and women with rights endowed upon us by our Creator. This is what their country is based on. This is what the revolution was based on. This is what our separation from England was based on when we fought the war for independence. I have personal experience in this field, and it's really what is behind my run for Congress. I have stood with countless people, minorities, women, whistleblowers, victims of police and government abuse of all kinds, and have fought with them through the courts, and have seen the stripping away of their rights, have seen the denial of their rights and deprivation of their rights, first outside of the courts and then inside of the courts. And that's really the core frustration that led me to run for this office, because what is happening in the courts is symbolic of, or very similar to, the expressions and frustrations that people are feeling outside of the courts. People feel they no longer have access to their government. And my experience is that they do no longer have access to the government. Over the years, I've worked with Democrats, I've worked with Republicans, I've worked with Tea Partiers and Occupy Wall Streeters and people from the sovereign rights movement. And the sentiment is the same, that the government no longer works for the people. And the central focus of my campaign is to return government to the people. Now, my personal experience is through the courts. The courts were historically the most visible aspect of our government. They were what people saw on a day-to-day basis. They were where the most important decisions were made that regulated their affairs and their day-to-day lives. And it's no longer that way. The courts used to be open. Go across the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and to go into some of these old courthouses in courts across the state and see how grand and cavernous some of these are, where hundreds of people could sit in these courtrooms. And they would come and they would watch justice be administered on a day-to-day basis. That's no longer the case in America, and it's no longer the case in Pennsylvania. And I have personal experience with it. Now, we have in Pennsylvania an Article 5, Section 10C of the Pennsylvania Constitution, which insulates and separates the Pennsylvania Supreme Court and the state court system apart from the checks and balances of the other branches of government. And we have, most importantly, we have bar associations and courts and lawyers and judges administering justice in this country. And it was not historically that way. Bar associations were not part of the foundation of our country. They are not part of the fabric of our republic and our democracy. They are creations that came from elsewhere. It's time in this country that we start to look at what the foundations of these things are and to understand how we are losing control of the courts. Now, Thomas Jefferson said in 1821 that the germ of destruction of this nation is in the courts. He called them an irresponsible body, that they were accreting by gravity, like by night and day, the encroachment into fields of jurisdiction traditionally held by other branches of government, and that over time they would eradicate the checks of one branch of government over the other. That is what is happening today. That is what my experience has been. That is what motivates me to run for Congress. These are not issues that are talked about on a regular basis by politicians across the country. They don't understand, we don't understand as a people, the importance of the role of the courts in maintaining and establishing the rights of the individual, preserving the sovereign rights of man, the rule of common law, and our rights under the Constitution. And these are the things that we are going to go back to and we're going to continue to study. Now, my experience is what brought me to these points. You know, over time, in representing people in this field of constitutional rights, time and time and time again, people would come with the clearest of cases, and I would file the case on their behalf. And we would get decisions throwing their cases out, dismissing their case, denying their evidence, and things of that nature. And it just built over time, where it was so difficult to continue to explain how these were rational and just decisions in the administration of justice. And I started to question that. I started to talk about it. I started to write about it. I know other lawyers have had similar experiences. I've worked with a great man and great lawyer by the name of Don Bailey, who has represented hundreds upon hundreds of people in the federal courts. And his experience often largely proved the same, that cases were brought, people came to the system damaged and injured and abused by their governments and their employers, and they would go into courts only to get abused again. And what happens then from there is that lawyers are singled out for discipline. And the lawyers who are singled out for discipline more and sanctions more than any other lawyers are the lawyers who are out advocating for the constitutional rights of their clients. And the facts bear this out. There are rules that prohibit or inhibit lawyers from talking about corrupt judges or bad judges or things of that nature. And they are singled out. The disciplinary process is used to silence people who want to talk about the issues that are going on with the courts. And what happens over time is that you start to question for yourself. Now understanding that the vast majority of people never have to deal with the courts at all. They never go into courts. They don't understand it. You go to a legislator these days with an issue by the courts and they hands off it. The media, while they may report the sensational cases on landmark decisions like an abortion case or an equality of marriage case or things of that nature, when it comes to the day-to-day operation of the courts, you do not have a media that focuses on it. And there are certain institutional reasons that this happens, and these are the things that I want to talk about and I want to study and I want to continue to talk about. Human experience shows that when rational understanding of things breaks down, you look for things that would explain it that are out of the ordinary, that are not the typical explanation for things. That it's not just a judge who didn't understand an issue or an attorney who was incompetent to present an issue. The fact is that individuals all across this country are no longer able to go into courts and represent themselves. They no longer can go in and have juries of their peers decide their cases and have it be done in public. The bar associations, the lawyers, and the judges have created a system that has taken access to justice out of the hands of the common citizen anymore, and has placed it into the hands of this culture, this class of lawyers and judges. And it's not a fair system. It's not a just system. Justice is not being fairly administered in this country, and that is one of the core problems that we are facing. That is what is leading to the erosion of our individual liberties. That is what is leading and causing tremendous frustration out there in people. That is what is causing people to feel that their government no longer works for them. It creates fear. It creates apprehension. It creates distrust of their government. And these are the things that we need to talk about. It's time for us to investigate the foundations of these things. It's time to look at where bar associations came from. There were no bar associations that were in this country. It's not a creation of in the Constitution. They weren't referenced in the Declaration of Independence. They didn't even exist until after the Civil War in the late 19th century. And where did the whole notion of bar associations come from? These are the things that you start to look at. When the system is breaking down, you start to look at where it broke down and why it broke down. And these are the things that I've been looking at, and I want to continue to look at a much deeper level. And when you compare it to the English system, in English, the Queen appoints what are called Knights of St. John, historically, to administer law in the British Commonwealth. And these Knights of St. John formed a sovereign organization called the Middle Temple. And the Middle Temple created bar associations that controlled the education of lawyers from law school and the admission to the bar, and administered law on behalf of the Commonwealth. And when we transition that, we have to ask questions. Well, why are lawyers in the United States called esquire? Where did that designation come from? What's an esquire if not a servant of a knight? And that's what the definition of it is if you look it up in the dictionary. Why do lawyers hold themselves out as esquires? Titles of nobility have no place in our country. We have rule of law. We have the common law. We have a constitution that defines the rights of man. We have sovereign men and women endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. And an esquire is a title of nobility, creates a superclass of people. And lawyers and judges in this country have extraordinary control over the political goings-on in this country. I've talked about that in other segments. You know, the whole existence of the corporation today and corporate culture and banking institution depends upon the lawyers and judges and the protection that they have built in for these institutions over time. Well, there's another problem that this leads to, and it's a very rational problem when you start to analyze these things at this level. What is really being served here? I have been in court too many times and seen too many individuals sent away from the courts knowing that their rights are violated. I mean, these bonds with your Creator, nobody is more in tune with what those bonds mean than the person who's had those bonds severed. And we have to depend on our courts to protect those bonds and those rights when they are severed. And they are no longer protecting those rights. And when time after time after time these rights are severed and the courts fail in protecting those rights, it causes one to question what really is going on here. If the bar associations in the English system, the Knights of St. John and Middle Temple, are controlling courts above the surface, what is controlling courts below the surface? Who is controlling courts below the surface? Too many times this has happened over the course of my career and in my experience that I've seen other people suffer through than to just accept that there are bad decisions being made repeatedly. It causes one to look a little bit deeper into what's going on. Now, the Knights of St. John also they have created Freemasonry. And I know through my experience, through talking with many people and hearing what you hear, that even though Freemasons is a so-called secret society, that there are many Freemasons in the courts. They are lawyers and they are judges. The tradition among Freemasons is to know that being a Freemason gives people better access to justice. This is an enemy of the law. Secret cabals, secret societies, interfering with access to justice, controlling courts, controlling the administration of law below the surface. And they are perverting justice. They are enemies of true justice, of true divine justice as recognized traditionally in our country and through the course of Western civilization. These things need to be understood, and they need to be eradicated. They need to be corrected. There are enemies of justice in this system. I don't know the exact dynamic, the exact dimensions what these enemies take, but there is something amiss in this system, something that needs to be understood. Common law rights need to be restored in the courts. Constitutional rights need to be restored. People need to be able to go into courts and to represent themselves and to have access to justice, to have their cases fairly administered, to have juries make the most important decisions in their lives, and not judges and not lawyers who have created this system of control and secrecy. The judicial branch in this country today is largely without checks and without balances over the other branches. Or the other branches, you know, it's a little bit different in Congress and the federal branch and in the state branch, but I've talked about Article 5, Section 10C in Pennsylvania and how that has created and separated out the Pennsylvania court system from the checks and balances of one branch over the other. These are federal constitutional rights. They are the rights of man that need to be protected and preserved, and they need to be done so on a national level. You know, our forefathers fought for these rights endowed to us by our Creator. They shed blood and they died for them. They sacrificed enormously to protect these rights. If we don't start to recognize where we are going here and we continue to lose these rights over time, it's going to be too late. It's not too late now. There is plenty of time for us to educate ourselves. You know, our founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, one of the greatest intellectual founding fathers, has said that the surest protection of liberty and justice is the education of the citizenry. It's time for people to be educated about these issues. This is why we're losing our government, and it's time that it be taken back. We need to fight for the preservation of our individual rights. We need to stand behind congressmen, legislators, individuals out there who are willing to step onto a public stage and talk about these issues. I am one of those persons who is going to do that. It's my experience that has brought me here, my frustration, my grief over the loss of these individual rights and the destruction of families, the favoritism shown to corporations and banks over time, the minimization of the rights of the individuals. If there are secret cabals, organizations of men and women that are subverting justice in America, it's time to seek them out and to eradicate them and to return justice to true justice. True justice, equal justice under the law. Ben Franklin, another one of our tremendous intellectual founders of this country, was asked after the Constitution was passed what kind of government was given to the people, was given to you and I. And his answer was, it is a republic. And a republic recognizes the fundamental right of the individual, the sovereignty of the individual, the bond between man and his creator as paramount in this society. It recognizes government as a servant to man, as a servant subordinate to that bond between man and his creator. And when Ben Franklin said, I gave you a republic, he said, we gave you a republic if you can keep it. Well, now's the time in our country where we have to fight to keep this republic. This continual erosion of the rights of the individual over time, and this expansion and the recognition of extensive government empowerment, and I call it by conservative activist judges, or by liberal activist judges, or by whomever you want to blame it on. But the fact of the matter is that the rights of the individual have been diminished over time. We're losing those rights. The playing field is tilted in favor of the big banks and big corporations. The rights of the individual are not recognized. It's time to get back to fight for those rights, fight through an intellectual and a moral struggle, so that we don't have to shed blood like our forefathers have done. It's time to fight to keep our republic, as Ben Franklin had advised. So let's keep that republic, and let's get back to basic understanding and restore this country to the base principles upon which it was built. Thank you.